So here at Fully Tech Mechanical, we got a Legend 179. It's a 2002. It's got a 90 horse 4-stroke Merc. Shared power heads with the Yamahas, about the same vintage. This boat came into the shop with a couple issues. We need to fix some trailer lights, new depth sounder, a couple of little things. Customer said though, when it sat in the water for any more than about 3 hours, he noticed a fair bit of water in the bilge, and the boat's sitting low in the water. He went through it end to end, and he couldn't figure out for the life of him where this water's coming from. I want to point out before I show you what we found is this is a Legend boat sitting on a Legend glide-on trailer. As far as I know, looking at all the marks on the rust and the paint and everything on the bunks and the bunk brackets, it doesn't look like it's ever been adjusted. So I would suspect, to my knowledge, that this trailer is adjusted and set up the exact way that it would have come from the dealer or right from the factory. I can't tell you for sure who's responsible for putting the boats on the trailers, but this is how to my knowledge, is how it came right from the factory. And we'll show you here in a minute exactly what we found. See right here, we've got her slid back on the bunk a little bit. You can see where the paint's worn off from sliding on and off the bunks a couple times. That's not really a big deal. You know, 2x4 bunks with carpet on them. I don't know if you can see it. The light may not allow you to see it just right, but where that paint is worn off is right, you can feel it when you run your hand along it, is right on the edge of where an inner, like an inner rib or an inner part of the structure sits. And if you look real close, you can see that's a crack where there's been a pressure point. And right here is where that rib is. So what's happened is the pressure, a fair bit of the weight of the boat's been sitting right on the corner of that bunk for the last decade or so, and put a hole, a crack in the boat. And to prove my point, here we are going down the starboard side, and the boat's not really sitting on the trailer all that well. It doesn't really find center very well. But here's basically the exact opposite side. And as we work our way along, you'll see the same type of mark and almost the exact same shape crack. So anyways, this is a pretty tough conversation to have with the owner of a really nice boat. This would have been a very expensive boat in its day, and it still should carry quite a bit of value. I've always thought and said that welded aluminum boats especially should last almost your entire lifetime. Just repower them and put new upholstery in them every, say, 15 or 20 years. But this certainly has me thinking otherwise. So if you're looking at a welded aluminum boat, there's something to look for sure. If you're looking at a new boat, it's something to keep in mind that maybe they aren't going to last forever. We did speak with Legend about this, and because this is the second owner of this boat and it's more than 10 years old, they're basically saying there's nothing they can do for us as far as warranty. There are several aluminum boat manufacturers. I know one specifically up on Manitoulin Island that warranties their boats for life. In fact, they took over the brand name for a company that used to build down near Picton, and they actually will do repair work on boats that they actually didn't build because that's the name brand. So anyways, something to keep in mind. I certainly would not be buying one of these new, because I don't think they're going to stand behind it. And I certainly would look very, very closely at one if I was buying it used.